Good day, everyone. Les here from BG Trading. Hope you are well. Today is January 19, 2023, and I will be answering one of our VIP members' questions. The question is, which stock would not be affected much in case recession will happen? Would buy now, pay later stocks perform well during this time? Lots of big companies offloading their employees, and many are taking about recession happening very soon. Well, let's share my thoughts on this, on recession, on buy now, pay later specifically, and about EML as well. Obviously, we have done many videos about EML. And just before we start this video, I just want to tell that EML is not a buy now, pay later company. So a lot of people think EML Payments is a buy now, pay later. It's not. It's a completely different company. Take a look on a video about EML that we have just done a few times over the last year. I'm putting the link on the top here. Just make sure you access if you want to know about EML specifically. And then obviously I'm going to go talk about buy now, pay later in recession. So let's have a look. I just want to remind you that this isn't a financial advice, just as from BG Trading, sharing with you how we apply our strategies to know when to buy, when to sell stocks, how we set up targets, stop losses, avoid FOMO, and much more, all in this channel. So if you like, please subscribe the channel, share this video with someone that you believe would be interested. And obviously, make sure you become a member of our free Facebook community if you're not already. We call it Buy, Grow, and Sell Strategy for share traders. The link will be available at the description below. Now, I was going to answer right on the Facebook. I even have formulated my answer here, and I decided actually to share my thoughts on that particular question. Because I think this is very relevant, especially now because media sells the idea that everything is gonna crash in 2023 because recession, and I don't think that is the case. I mean, like, media needs to sell articles. Media need to sell to make sure people go and watch TVs and then sell headlines. That's very honestly, I think that there's a lot of misleading information out there. First thing, let's just, as I said before, EML isn't a buy now, pay later at all. So just make sure you understand that EML is not a buy now, pay later company. Now, regarding buy now, pay later, whether buy now, pay later could do well in 2023 because the recession and what stocks could do well, I think, look, this is the bottom line here. Any company that are actually laying off employees is obviously shrinking its cost towards a potential recession because they believe they could start having a revenue decrease during a recession. But the truth is, you always got to be looking at the margins as well. The margins is the key thing. If your revenue stays in line with the year before, or even more, even selling more than the year before, and the company has reduced its underlying costs with employees, for example, and other operations as well, then obviously we're going to have a much more effective business. And then a lot of companies tend to actually do well by, and I'm talking about the stock price, tends to do well in recession times. I want to remind you that recession that's happening now and in the next few months potentially has already been foreseen, it has already been priced in most of the time in the last year. Correction, as you see, stocks are trading 80, 90%, sometimes 95% below its 2021 highs or early 2020 highs. And that's the case with a lot of buy now, pay later companies. Obviously, there is some market manipulation behind that because, as Australia and many other countries allow short trade activities in the market, then the true value of the stock of the company obviously goes away because of that as well. But as soon as those so-called short traders start covering their positions, then those stocks start to rally right quickly as a result. So the bottom line here is that I believe that most of the recession has been already priced in, and normally what the market price during the recession is actually a positive outcome, because the market tends to price a potential government intervention with a stimulus package, with potential rate cuts, which we could see at the pivot of interest rate cycle. When the interest rates are in the peak, the interest rate hikes are in the peak, then that's when we might have the recession. And then what the market most likely could be pricing is 12 months ahead, when when potential reserve banks around the world will be actually cutting rates in order to bring back the economy. What reserve banks are interested on is to control inflation. Most of reserve banks are not very interested whether they're going to result in recession or they're going to result in a property crisis or property boom. As you can see, we've seen property boom. We've seen property crashing now. So not crashing, but recorrecting to a normal levels. And that's what reserve banks do around the world. They try to manage the inflation levels so the country can actually grow sustainably. And if a recession hits, I think that most of the stock market will be actually looking forward to a potential quantitative easing again, or more on this case, stopping actually putting rates up, and then potentially talking about interest rate cut by for 2024, which we, by the way, already have here in the media. Not much happening yet, but we have seen the media. And now, for me, really now, those stocks are all looking ahead. Those stocks are not all trading at what we call technically and fundamental discounted price. Some, obviously not all of them, but some of them, you got to make sure you understand the fundamentals. You got to make sure the company will be able to keep increasing revenue. The companies will be able to keep adjusting its EBITDA in a positive way, in a consistent growth. It still cannot declare profit. Those companies still can declare losses, but the losses has to be shrinking over the periods in the quarters in the year reports. So what we're looking at now, FY23, what are the companies that are actually reducing its loss and also increasing revenue? And those companies are the one that I believe would be we have its share price mostly benefit from this so-called recession. Okay, so overall, recession tends to be positive for those type of stocks. Again, like, this is not a financial advice. This is my view on that recession scenario. And obviously, from buy now, pay later, I would only pick up the leading ones. I wouldn't look into small ones. I'll pick the leading ones that has fundamental prospect for sustainable growth. Okay, this is our view on that. This answers the question. Hope that add value to most of traders or investors or whatever you call yourselves. And yeah, so let us know what you think, and see you in the next video. The whole idea when we designed BG Trading BGS 20 strategy was to use only a set number of indicators to make it simple and clear to understand, and to be able to apply our KPIs very easily and very effectively. So you don't have to be any Wall Street smart person to be able to apply those strategies. We really hope this course will help you to make better decisions and make successful trades.
See you in the course.